Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, every day I wake up, see a brand new
See a
morning.
brand new
I think in my mind, what will it bring?
it brings.
But my heart says you decide. So I look up to the sky and say, God, with your help, it's time to rise. It's time to rise. Wake up and rise. You've already passed the test. You've learned from the best. It's time to rise.
Not
Not
just
just
survive.
So wake up, my friend.
Wake up, my
Wake
friend.
up, my friend. Wake up, my friend. It's time to thrive. You can do it.
Wake up, my friend. Wake up, my friend. Wake up, my friend. It's time to thrive.
Something's gonna happen.
My.
Well, hello. I'm Pastor Debra Morton, and welcome to the new morning coffee show. Well, it's not brand new. I did start it in the midst of COVID, and things got so busy, but I am back, and I'm excited to bring to you during this apropos time. It's just a great time for me to come back because it's International Women's Month. March is, and listen, they are marching on. They have marched and they will march. And I'm just so excited because I celebrate, as I know you do, all the great women who have blazed trails. That's right, that we are walking on right now. Yes, they paved the way, they laid the foundation. In fact, we've just lost a great woman of color, Cicely Tyson, but there are many, and they're of all colors. And of course, I am a Black woman, and Black lives do matter. But I celebrate all women, their struggles, their overcoming before our very eyes obstacles that seemed impossible. So I am excited, and I know I could go all over the world. I can go to just way away in another country. I could go all the places because women are everywhere. Great, strong women. Can I say this? You're strong. Come on. You are smart. You are fierce. And for the Black women, we say, you just fine, okay? So I just want to say that. Happy International Women's Month. But I'm going close. I'm going to find women, I have found them, who are in close proximity of me, my work, what I do. And then my eye has been on them in a very special way. Watched them grow. I've watched them tunnel through things. And I've seen them just explode. And so today, my spiritual daughters and even my natural daughter, you're going to hear during this month as we close out Women's Month. But today, I want you to get ready for two powerful women of God. I'm ready to introduce them to you. Are you ready? Let's go. So today, I'm excited, as I said, to have guests. It is the month to celebrate women internationally. And so, of course, I am international, but I am also of the United States, and I have my spiritual daughters all over the States. And sitting here looking beautiful is one of them. And she is Ardella McClarty. I always have a problem pronouncing your last name. Did I say it right? Say it.
Yes, it's Ardella McClarty.
McClarty. And so, of course, Adela, I'm so excited to have you on Morning Coffee. And morning coffee is not morning, but it is symbolic of what morning coffee does for us, the time it allows us to sit, to talk, to meditate, to be with friends, to discuss girly stuff or boy stuff or men stuff. But
I'm
I
so
am
excited
excited.
to be here with you too.
Yes, yes. But of course, I'm really here today to celebrate you because you, my dear, have done some great things. And I want you, of course, you're there in New York, but I want you to be international because of this powerful, powerful vision that the Lord has given to you. So I'm going to start with some questions and then I want you to share. But first of all, I love the vision, it's phenomenal. And I want to ask you two things because I love the vision and I love the name of your company. So tell us how long, how long you've had this vision, for how long, and where did that name, Young Faces Smiling, come from?
So, Young Faces Smiling was founded in 2005, so it's 15 years, going on 16 years in September. But it's actually Dr. Eloise L. Young, my spiritual mother mentor, who came up with the vision. And she just wanted me to do the work for free. So it was really her idea. And then
Hmm.
she told me to go into prayer and spend a lot of time with God to come up with what she wanted me to do, which is to go back and help as many kids as I possibly could, starting with Harlem. But the name is actually our name. Her last name is Young. And when I came up to her ministry, I was 8 when my mother came up, but I came up when I was 10.
Yeah.
She nicknamed me Face.
Hmm.
And the reason why she nicknamed me Face is because I was always in somebody's face in her church, ready to fight.
Ready to fight. Did you
Yes,
say ready to fight?
ready to fight.
I have to take my
And
glasses off. Were you a fighter? You're too beautiful to be a fighter.
oh, I was an excellent fight. I'm born
Don't
out of
say
Harlem.
excellent. Don't say excellent. Oh my God. Let me put my glasses back on.
The
So
ghetto
you
streets of Harlem teach you how to fight. And
got you,
then
got you. Oh, that is so sweet. So
And
the
then the word smiling came from, she basically was my spiritual mother, but she really was my mother. I call her auntie, but
uh-huh.
she basically raised me from 10 until I became a woman. And so she had told me to go and pray and seek the Lord to see what the name could be. And so I was never smiling growing up. And then with her mentorship and the love that she gave me, which was unconditional, she taught me how to smile and she loves to laugh and learn. And so she just said, pray and get a name, make sure you put my name in it. And I came up with Young Faces Smiling.
So you put it all together. Brilliant. And why wouldn't you smile with that beautiful smile you have? I'm glad she taught you how to smile because I get blessed by your smiles. So young faces smiling. Now, it's interesting that the word young is in there. It's interesting that the word smiling is in there. I hear your background, but I see God all in it when you went to pray because, for one, um, you deal with young people. So it's coincidental that her name was Young.
Isn't that
But you
amazing?
deal with young people. And I'll let you tell about your program and your business really in a minute. Um, you deal with young people and when we think of our young people's faces today, unfortunately, with so many negative things going on in the world, and many times, not even just now, but even when you were coming up, as you said, we don't see young people smiling. We don't see them happy. We don't see them fulfilled. And consequently, we see all types of behavior, negative behavior. So I'm grateful because, my heartbeat is for kids and mothers and women. And to have someone so passionate from a very young age experiencing some of the unhappiness or what have you that kids may feel today, even especially during the pandemic. I always tell people, adults are saying, "Oh, I'm down, I'm depressed, whatever," and they're the adults. I'm like, "Are you caring about the children? Because if we're feeling this pressure, What about them? And you know, years ago, they would try to spare you, young people, from the pressures of life, you know, the bills due and all. But as people became younger and younger parents and the world changed, the kids know as much. Sometimes the kids, they wound up being the parent. They're comforting. They said, you know, you talk to kids, I'm going out, well, I sell drugs because I'm helping my mom. You know, they know all the it's so unfair. So I love your name. I think it's supernatural that her name was Young, that your face, you were in people's face and you want to fight, and then you wouldn't smile, and now you're smiling, you're in young people's faces, turning them around. So listen, it's ingenious, not only the name, uh, but also the concept. This is why I wanted to feature you on Morning Coffee, because the concept is amazing. Would you explain to our audience what is the concept? What do you do? Young Faces Smiling.
So, Young Faces Smiling is an education enrichment program where I connect students to celebrities and their careers through letter writing, math, science, social studies, and technology. I take students all around New York City to interview as many celebrities, entrepreneurs, and public figures as possible. And then what I do is I go and I flip the actual interview, and I do a lot of heavy research on the individual, and I actually create a 30 to 40-minute lesson plan so that when a school brings me in as a contract, I will spend either 10 sessions to 20 sessions. And then every session, I teach about the career of the person. So I came up with a terminology called reality education. And so I want to teach about real people, real things, and real facts. Because in social studies all out throughout America, we normally teach about people that are dead. And so Dr. Young had said, Face, I want you to create something where it's similar to what I did for you, which was loving you and mentoring you, but showing you a different perspective on what life is really all about. Because I was, of course, raised in Harlem in the ghetto. And so it was through not only her mentoring, but actually her demonstrating a different lifestyle. And the lifestyle that she had was the lifestyle that I wanted. And so at 10, I wanted a Mercedes Benz. And so when one of the times I was getting in trouble, like real trouble, like back in the day, she actually came to Harlem and she had an S500 Benz. So I was being punished, but she was chauffeuring me in my favorite car, and she didn't even know that. And then she took me to the most expensive restaurant in Westchester and ordered a steak for $50 for us to chastise me. And
Wow.
so,
So she was, my goodness, your dreams. Uh, First of all, you were too grown at 10 to want a 500 Mercedes Benz. I just want to add that, but okay, you were before your time. However, you know, New Yorkers are faster. You say that, you know, they're on it, and that's my favorite city. So I'm not mad at you, but how amazing that God, and I believe it was the plan of God, would
yes, it
drop
was.
you into this woman's life or drop her into your life,
Yes,
and to really to chastise and shape and mold you into the woman that God would have you to do. Now, sadly to say, I know Percy that she recently passed away, and I know it was a tremendous hurt for you. However, at her age, she lived a long life. But I know people like that because I had a nanny like that, my godmother. When they pour into you, you don't ever want them to leave. But
absolutely not.
yes, but we heal through fulfilling their vision, and we heal
Yes,
through remembering the things they did, and then the joy that comes back to us. And I
yes,
pray you are healing from that and doing the work. She will live on in your life as you do the work. Now, you said something, and Dr. Tiffany is helping me in the background, another spiritual daughter, and she was on it because Tiffany, put that up again. That reality education, real people, all facts, ma'am. That is powerful. That we have studied for so long, dead people. You know, you said, you know, I'm a preacher too. That I almost said that'll preach. But honestly, again, genius. People can see the people, the children, the young people can see the people that they're learning about.
Right.
Uh,
So what I do is I am Young Faces Smiling is the only education enrichment program on this earth that I actually bring the lesson plan to life.
that's
So
what
when
I'm
I get
saying.
a contract from a school, I guarantee the principal that out of the 10 celebrities that I'm introducing, that the kids will actually connect and and have time with that particular celebrity.
Yeah, it's just amazing. First of all, a kid now they may not want a Mercedes, but one thing does excite a child, a young people, even adults, is to meet a celebrity.
Yes.
So you already pulled them in. That's why I said this is God. You're a genius
About 450.
that you've interviewed. You've interviewed over 450
And it's not all
celebrities
interview, but in contact with it.
in contact.
And Warren Buffett it was actually the first person to respond to my students' letters.
Warren Buffett. Okay. How amazing is that? And so you, of course, you and I wanted to bring that up. You have actually been contracted in the public school system
Yes.
to actually do the program, which I'm looking for you to be all over because it's absolutely fabulous, and it plugs in a lot of holes, and it takes care of a lot of areas because there's math, you told me, there's English, there's reading,
Yes.
and then there's the celebrity piece. Now, you just recently told me that um, you actually can, when it's permitted, you bring them with you when you interview some of the celebrities. Is that true? Talk about that a
Yes.
bit.
So at the very beginning, of course, I was doing the interview, but Dr. Young was saying, Face, let the kids do the interview so they can get an experience outside of just sitting in the classroom and just listening to you and you telling them what to do. And so then I began to ask parents, can I take their child to the celebrity? And then
Yes,
also, some of the celebrities couldn't come to the school, so we had
yes.
to go to them. And then that's where we actually started that process. But that we did that probably 10 years ago, and now I basically only want a student to enter the celebrity. I don't want to, do it. I want the kids to have the experience, which gives them a journalist experience. And I have some students. I have like 15 ambassadors, and some of them have interviewed 20 to 30 celebrities.
Wow. And so what my thing was, and I was so impressed by some of your young people as you sent me videos, and I'm going to attempt to show maybe a couple of them, but uh, two, because my field is journalism. That's my degree. And I was just thinking that, but you took the words out of my mouth. Not only are you exposing them and fulfilling some of maybe their dreams or desires to meet this person because they see them on TV or they, heard them at a concert or whatever. But then that experience, because a lot of our kids do not know how to express themselves.
Yes.
Or they have such a fear. And then public speaking, period, is one of the greatest fears, number one fear. So to get them that exposure, to confidence, to let them also not to let them go alone, being that mentor and supporter, a kid can't fail with that. A kid cannot fail with that. So, it's just delightful now. I mean, I could talk about this all day long because I have been excited about this for a long time, and I'm just waiting for the opportunity to expose you even more to my audience. I know you have exposure. I know that you are, masters. I think you're working on your doctorate. You teach. You do so many other things, but I know this is your baby. This
Yeah.
is your baby, and I just really wanted people to hear this. And of course, I'm going to bring you to the kids that I am responsible for in my day camp, in my
I am
church.
excited
You're
about that.
listening. Yes, yes. And if you're listening, pastors and women's ministries, if you're looking at me, or women's groups, please engage her. And we put there all of your information on the screen, and we'll be promoting it. Now you wrote multitasking here because I want them to this other video that you sent. We're going to close out with the videos, but you have some books. So this is when I just say, listen, you got to get this out. And God working on you again. You begin to write the books, because I know you did, you have done. Well, let me take that back. In the program, I'm getting too excited. Calm down. In the program, you develop kind of like you were developing a workbook where
Yes.
where people could either purchase them or engage you, and the kids have it. I can't wait. I want the pandemic over, because I want it to happen real big in New Orleans and in
Yes, that's
Atlanta.
going to be the Morton workbook.
Yeah.
The
Oh
Morton
wow,
family workbook.
Lord. Well, I'm excited. Whatever. If me, oh my God. But whatever, because I
Yes,
know
I'm
that
going to pass. I'm going to make you into math, multiplication problems, division, addition. Watch, I'm going to show you how I'm going to make you into those content
oh,
areas.
oh, I'm gonna have to get me a new hair do whatever. No, thank you so much. That would be fabulous. But look, I gotta get it together. But the thing is this. You also, I say, Adela, you got to get it out, got to get it out. So you wrote some many books, and
Yes.
I know, Dr. Tiffany, can we put up her books on the screen? I see she has Reaching for the Stars, 10 Secret Steps to Connecting with Celebrities and Building Your Brand. So that is amazing. So I want to talk, you can, and the second one, Bad Kid, Good Kid, How I Escaped Counting Drug Money, Jail, and Death. That's, I think, your more recent one. So here's what I want to ask you.
And then the One Powerful Woman, which is
Oh,
Dr. Young's vision and what she actually said to do. Because I
and that,
didn't have this idea.
yes, that's true. And I love how you get pay homage to her, because people forget, but it's powerful. I mean, she really tapped into a gift. I know she was an anointed woman of God, but she tapped into a gift that you had. And that's why people, listen, I tell people, I don't care if nobody goes to church, I'm going to go to church the rest of my life, because I learned a lot at home, but at church, those people nurtured and massaged gifts in me. I got to speak. I mean, who knew? I thought I was going to be an airline attendant. And here I am, a preacher. And here I am, a writer. Here I am, a public speaker, because they taught me how to speak out. They made me, they did different things. So church, look, I know they have some bad stuff, but I
No,
got
no,
a
no.
lot
Church is my everything. And that was the thing also, is that I had no blood family
of.
in
Mhm.
my life,
That's
but my mom.
true.
And so it was the church that became my family. And what happened is I had accepted my call to preach in 2005, to evangelize. And then that's when Dr. Young said, Face, no, you're not going to go from church to church just like me. You're going to
Yeah.
go out these four walls and save as many people as you can academically first. And then if they're going to be drawn into the ministry,
Mm.
you can. And so one of the great examples was, Pastor, I know you don't watch this show, but it's a reality TV show called Black Ink. And Duchess was one of
Yes,
the
I
main
have.
characters. And Duchess, actually, I featured her as a lesson when I did a program for the AIM convention. And Duchess actually came to the Koja convention, and she had never even heard of church, anything like that.
Wow.
And then she eventually came and brought a whole family. And
Mm.
then Dorinda Clark had preached, and she cried and said, I don't even know what it is to be saved. Can I meet the lady? And then Dorinda, that year I was interviewing her, and Dorinda spoke to her. And then Joyce Rogers and Benjamin Bryan of the youth department, and they just was like, come. And not only did she come again, but then she came to one of the main services. And she had said she'd never seen anything like that before in her life.
So you got a chance to witness. So see, God again using Dr. Young, then using you and your gift, because she knew you had it in you, and God developed it. And where did I meet you? Church, same thing. I mean,
Which I
really.
love.
And now, we two peas in a pod, my spiritual daughter, and such a sweet and
No, but that
delightful
was God
person.
too, Pastor, because I met you off of a tweet
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But where did we do our business? You
at
were
the
waiting
church.
outside of the Full Gospel Conference,
That's right.
right? And I said, okay, meet me. And then you came to church, and it's an awesome story. And your mom, who I fell in love with, is from New Orleans. So I mean, what can I say? It's just
And then
all
also,
fine.
the ministry that my mother was in was with Apostle Johnny Washington, who was her friend when
Yes.
she was in New Orleans. And he asked my mother when I was 8 to go to Westchester to help Dr. Young and create a music ministry for her church.
Wow.
And that's how we met Dr. Young.
It's all, you see, and he was, like you said, in New Orleans for a while. So it's all good. So listen,
Everything is church for me.
it's church, and we know everything is not church.
Nah, nah.
That's why the Bible it tells us, I know you churchy, but I tell you this all the time. We must permeate that world. We must be a light.
Yes,
We have to come out of the
that's
church
what Dr. Young
house
says.
and permeate. Thank God for the woman of God wisdom.
Yes.
And there we can fast and pray and stay on our knees and sing in the choir. We have to, I love this sign. You enter to worship and depart to serve. I saw that on a big church once, and I said, that's it. You enter to worship, to be in the presence of God, to be refilled and renewed and refreshed, to learn of Him, to know how to act when you get out there. Remember who you're representing. And then when you leave, you depart to serve. And that, I know how I feel about young people. I know how you feel about them. And actually, it's a job, but it doesn't feel like it. It's our service. We love it so much. We have done it for free. We do it for free. We do it for money. But if we don't have the money, it's still what we do because the passion is there, the gift is there, the anointing is there. And it deserves money. So we know
Yes, no,
that.
and I've been doing this for free for 15 years. And that was the thing, that I was a teacher. I went to college to be a teacher and a principal, and that's all I wanted to do. But Dr. Young kept saying, Faith, God has something greater for you. You're going to help more than 35 kids or 1,500 kids. She just kept saying, this is a national, global vision that God has given me, and you have to do this. And she was the one
telling
that I had to let go.
What foresight, what insight, what an anointing. And I know she's resting in heaven in glory because that she dropped into you is magnificent. It's $1 million business,
Yes.
but more than $1 million. When we save the least of these, He said, you've done it unto Him. So look, it's all good for me. I'm hyped up, excited. Now, I want to say that you can tell them, I want people to sow into your ministry if they'd like, seed into it because it is so worthwhile. The last exciting thing that happened before COVID was your experience with a New Orleanian. So listen, you should understand that New Orleans is better than New York, baby, because your blessings, listen, your mama is from the North. But a gentleman from New Orleans that had a show that had become very popular. You can tell him his name. Tell him about that. That's yes.
Yes, no, and that is really amazing, right? I'm a Harlem girl. I know nothing about New Orleans, but the fact that my parents and my entire family's from New Orleans,
Yes.
and it's to me country and slow, right? But
Oh,
it was such a blessing. I had went to the Holy Ghost had told me to go to all talk shows because I was trying to get access to those individuals. And it was actually Dr. Oz who was so kind to me to make me believe that I can. And I went to the Harry Connick Jr. show once or twice.
Say that again.
The
Harry
Harry
Connick
Connick Jr.
Jr.
talk
We're
show.
slow, talk slow. That's right. And
The
he's
Harry
from where? Where is he
New
from, dear?
Orleans. New
Okay, go
Orleans.
Go.
And he was doing a take from the show, but I had asked him already to take a picture with my students because that's another thing that my students get an opportunity to take all pictures with the celebrities and then post it all over their social media. And so during the break, he said, what school is the students from? And then I said, Young Faces Smiling. And I think it must have been 200 of us. And he says, I love that name. He said, what do you do? And I told him what I did. And he said, would you like to be on my show? And I was like, oh, yes. And
Wow.
then a month later, he had me on the show and surprised me and actually gave me a Mercedes-Benz smart car. And I didn't pay a penny for it.
Yes, and I rode in it. It is so cute and little, and it gets me to the airport. I'm not mad at how small it is. You know, I love it. I said I want to just pick it up.
Yes.
It's so cute. But that was amazing. And he gave you that car, you said, because you go all about using your own things, your
Yes.
own money, your own gas, whatever. He gave you that so you could take the babies. I call them babies. I know New
Yes.
Yorkers, they so fast, they don't want to be little, but they're babies. Take them places and to continue your work. So
Yes.
I know that that was a blessing. We shared it, but I know more to come. I just want you to be encouraged. Know that I am the supporter, and what I want to do at New Orleans. One of the things is I want you to interview an environmentalist because I'm going to kick off a cleanup program. And I want the children to learn about going green and this and that and the other. And I want to do a program with some kids where you interview some in an environment and an environmentalist, which there is one right in our area that I just found out about. I said, "Who's that building for?" And they told me. So hopefully we can hook up with them. And of course, they told me she's brilliant and she's awesome and she fights for the environment. And in that, I see the divine connection to get your program out. And I think more and more opportunities will come. But that's my contribution because I'm so appreciative of you and our relationship. But not only that, Young Faces Smiling is the bomb.com. I just want you to know. And so, listen, I have one, and I don't know if Tiffany received it, but we have it, the two interviews, not interviews, the commercials, if you will, of your children, little snippets of them saying, "There's a gentleman. I thought he was so precious," and it attributes to the job that you've done, just with all those kids. And you still have kids. How many kids are still involved?
Well, right now I'm doing remote learning, teaching, and I'm teaching three high school classes, and I believe there's about 60 or 80 students in there. But I have the young man and the people that you saw in the video. I have like 15 ambassadors, and that
Uh-huh.
was students that some of the students were in the program. Because when I come in one time, and then I take the next grade. But those students loved it so much that I have kids that they said they're not leaving me. So I have 50
Never.
kids that want to go everywhere with me. So I take them
Those
along.
are all your children
Yeah.
that you had. Yeah. Well, I'm okay. I'm told that the StreamYard would not allow us to play it live until we edit it in, but we're going to edit that in. It's going to be beautiful. I just want the people to see it, and of course, so I want people to see. Go to her MSMAC at youngfacessmiling.org. Visit her website at youngfacessmiling.org/let's stay connected.
Well,
Tremendous.
the website for the store is www.youngfacessmiling.store, where they can go and get any of the 6 books that I have, and I'm working on 2 more books. And then, of course, I have Cash App, which is $YFS org 2005, which is this is an official 501c3, so it's a tax write-off donation.
Sure. Well, would you
And
give that those two? Give us the website again. We're going to put it on the screen and give us New Yorkers, y'all talk fast,
okay,
and
so
give us your cash app. So the website again,
the website is
the store, the store.
www.youngfacessmiling.store to purchase the books.
Yes,
And then also the Cash App is $YFSORG 2005.
beautiful. I love it, and of course, I will be seeding into it and trying to work really hard to get this in every ear that I have access to so that they can hear it and it can manifest in their areas. Thank you so much, Adela, for being with me. I want you to hang on a bit. I don't know if Tia is in, but I have another East Coast young lady that you have met.
Hi, my name is Brianna and I'm Young Faces Smiling.
Hi, my name is Brittany and I'm Young Faces Smiling.
So, having the Young Faces Smiling enrichment program in schools, I feel like it's a great benefit. Like, I learned a lot from it, and like it's fun, and you get to get opportunities that you usually wouldn't get from any other program being in school.
I feel like it's a good place to have your friends and to learn about celebrities and to actually enjoy yourself, because in school you may not want to learn about history or math or something like that, but in Young Faces Smiling you can learn about the people that you actually look up to and the people that you actually like and want to learn about.
So the main thing that I get inspired by when watching their videos about how they all started, it inspires me due to the fact that they were just like us when we were teenagers, and they started from nothing and went to something big. And so it's different from regular learning in school, because we learn about people that we probably don't think matter, and we cannot connect to them personally, but watching these videos about celebrities that also had to go to school, also had to do certain things to get to where they are, it gave me a personal connection to realize that I can do that as well.
It also showed me that it takes hard work and dedication, because in the videos you see how hard they work and they were dedicated to what they wanted to be and they made it.
When I first think about Young Faces Smiling, I think about students like me and getting the opportunity to meet celebrities and go outside of what we're used to. For example, I'm from Harlem, so it was a great experience when I was able to go downtown to Power 105, to the Breakfast Club, to see Charlamagne the God, who I hear every time when I get into my car. It's always just a good experience to be outside.
Something's gonna